Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Excited to share some thoughts around this right here, the Ride1Up DRT. We saw this online, thought, man, this looks incredible. We've got to try it out, and it really has been an incredible bike. We've just put over about 20 miles on it so far, and it's been just incredible. So, gonna walk through a couple different things here as part of the video today. Really walk through some of the stats, the overall kind of, what does this bring to the table? We know that matters. We'll include the link in the video so you can do even more, kind of digging in around the stats and statistics. We'll talk through our process of the setup, and heck, we'll go on a couple rides, give you some thoughts while on the bike, and then once again, what are our thoughts around the real case, use case of the DRT, and is it something that we would recommend? So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, diving into the stats here, this is not a slow e-bike. No one's looking for one of those, but this is not one of them, just in case you're wondering. This has a 1,000-watt rear hub motor, so lots of speed, lots of power. It does have the hydraulic brakes, which helps with that speed to make sure you can get where you need to and stop when you need to. This is a 52-watt battery, so lots and lots of power that you'll have at your disposal. We'll talk a little about that when we go into some of the modes, and it doesn't hurt. Nice 3.5-inch display here, so you can accurately see where am I at, what's my speed, and can I go faster. But some of the other niceties, obviously worth calling out, this is a full suspension bike, so you can thank me later when you're off-roading. This does have, of course, the rear suspension, front suspension, and it is comfortable. It is really comfortable. Diving into the setup on this, really straightforward. Kind of your standard e-bike setup, front wheel, removing a bunch of plastics, removing a bunch of styrofoam. Ours did come damaged, and this is not by any means a knock on Ride1Up. It's just, you can see kind of in the box where maybe it got knocked during shipping, and the throttle piece right here was cracked. It still worked, but was cracked. Actually, I kept it right here. You can see where it kind of snapped, something hit in the right way. I think one thing, obviously, that's always a concern when you get into the e-bike realm is, okay, I've got a great e-bike, but at the first sign of trouble, am I going to be able to get parts? Are they going to exist? And I can say confidently, Ride1Up was incredible. If you go to the website, you'll see a tremendous amount of parts available, shipping. They were able to get me a new throttle out, and it was obviously plug and play to replace. So I think anything out of the situation was really great and made me really confident to say, hey, if you buy one of these, there are really parts available for years to come. This stuff's gonna happen. You're gonna off-road this, you're gonna crash it. Nice to know. Parts are going to be available. You can get those when you need them. A couple other things worth noting on the DRT. This is not a light bike. It's not a heavy bike by any means, but this is a solid 91 pounds. So I would just say take that in consideration when analyzing, does my current bike rack work with this? Will it handle the weight? There are several that we found that did, and provided the link to the one that we purchased in the comments, but it's heavy, but not crazy. The thing I love most about this bike, and this will sound absolutely crazy, is the seat height. I've owned my fair share of e-bikes. I've always felt like I'm in a lowrider. This feels like a dirt bike. The height on the rear here, 34 inches. So obviously, depending on how tall you are, that may feel tall or short, but I love the ride height on this. It feels much more comfortable. Your legs are in the right spot, and it feels much more like a dirt bike versus an e-bike where you can feel squatted down. So love the kind of ride height on this here. So two things that I would just call it: weight, ride height, two big wins there. Just something to beware of as you think about getting one of these or riding one of these. Okay, next step. Let's go take you guys for a ride. Give your thoughts on a couple different modes and the speed that we referenced earlier, and let you know what we think. Okay, all right, well, we're out here on the bike. Just gonna get it started here. We're currently right now in off-road mode, assist 1. Now, there are other modes in this bike, but I'll tell you this right now. Once you go on the off-road mode, you will never want to be in any other mode. Just the response, the power, it's just fantastic in this mode. So let's get up and go here and kind of see how this feels. One thing you just love when driving this is it's just comfortable. You can definitely tell this has got the full suspension. You feel it when you just in and out. Obviously this is a little more of a path, but just a much more comfortable flow. The power on this is just really where you feel it. Yeah, you feel that in the power in a big way. Now, said full blast here, up a hill, it's a slight incline, 23, 4, 5. So 26 up an incline is pretty cool. Just so much power, but response, brakes feel great. These are still braking a little bit. Nothing but good things to say. I mean, like I said, I love the ride height on this. This feels when you're up a little bit more, you get a better shot of the trail. We're gonna go up this steeper part here. Let's see how it handles. So this is a pretty heavy grade here. All right, here we go. Now this is a pretty trail this time of year, by the way. This is a steeper climb here. I've got it on assist 1, obviously, so if I'm using the pedals, it's gonna assist the least. Let's crank this up to assist 5 maximum. And like I said, this is gonna be a pretty steep hill, so this will be fun to see how it does. Turn into this corner here. Use the pedals. We're 9, 8 miles an hour. No, I'm pedaling a little bit now, but that's impressive. That's a steep climb, and I mean, you can put as much or as little as you want into this, depending kind of, are you doing this for fun or exercise, but that's a steep climb. That's a steep climb right there. So really impressive. Really impressive there. Now let's feel, I got some dirt right here. Yeah, just so smooth. Just so smooth. Just, you know, rocky bump trail here. 20 miles an hour. Just smooth. So that's what I said. Manage a full suspension bike. You're gonna know what you're getting here. It feels a lot like a dirt bike would. So, really great. Let's give it a brake test. Yeah, it sounds crazy. This makes a little twitter noise on the brakes when you hit it. And every time, if you're on a trail, you hit that, it's almost like a little alarm goes off. People hear you and go, oh, better move. So I actually kind of love that feature there. Yeah, just ripping through. So cool. Yeah, there's the brake alarm. Fantastic. Rip around here. All right, let's zip on down here. I like, brakes feel so good on this. It really is nice. I've had a couple people been on the trail you're on give you a little side eye for some of these because this headlight is big, it's bright. They think for a second, they think you're a motorcycle or do something too big for a trail like this. But anyways, look at your local laws. Nothing too crazy. Just so smooth. I mean, like I said, this is turnkey. Great for dirt. Great for trail. Great for road. Like it really is impressive. It's those whoops there like nothing. That's nice. Whoop. Okay, let's do a little bit of, let's add some height to this here. It's a steeper hill. Go through here. You just can't get over how smooth the suspension is on this. Like I said, just hit bumps like it's nothing. But okay, let's see. Here's a heavy, it's a steep grade here. I have it on assist 5. I'm not here for a workout. Let's see how it does though, heading up this hill. All right, 10 miles an hour. Just a little bit of light pedal, but yeah, plenty of power for a 91-pound bike on a steep grade. Handles it like nothing. That's just fantastic. All right, let's try a little bit of dirt here. Obviously, DRT. How does it handle? I love on this, it's got like a brake alarm. So when you're on trails with lots of folks, you hit that brake, kind of gives people a little alert that you're coming, which is super nice. But yeah, this is just so fluid. Feels great. I mean, yeah, loose gravel there, handles it like nothing. Really comfortable. Yeah, like nothing. That is just so smooth. Whoop! We're not gonna take those stairs today. Maybe a future video we'll do that. So let's flip this around here. And like I said, there's other modes, but off-road mode will ruin it ruins all other modes, just because the response and the power and the speed is so great. You just can rip through anything, and it's just fantastic. So, yeah, just 20 miles an hour right up the hill, no problem. These tires definitely help. Nice. All right, we're back here in the shop. Excited to share our last thoughts, pros, cons. What's the use case for this, and do we recommend it? I would say really the use case for this is going to be, I mean, your outdoor overland adventurer. I don't think this will be a daily commuter. The power, the performance, just the way it's built. This will be something you're enjoying on the weekend. Not that it can't be that daily use bike, but I do think it'll be someone who's out there wanting to get a little dirty in the trail, and that's what it's built for. Pros, we've talked about a lot of these already. The ride comfort on this is just incredible. Super smooth, super comfortable. Every bump, and it's like it's not even there. Love the ride height, love the power. It really is just a comfortable and well-built bike. Cons, and this is not so much a con, it's just kind of the reality of a bike like this. It is heavier. It is very much dirt bike-esque in its weight, and so you just need to be prepared for that when loading or hauling or moving and riding. Like, it's just going to be a little bit heavier when you get into handling it. But frankly, that's it. That's the only con that we have, is that it's a bigger bike. It's a little heavier. Other than that, it really checks all the boxes and has been a real joy to ride. We would recommend this. I'd recommend this. It really has just been for the money. It really checks all the boxes. I would say, and I mentioned this at the very beginning, Ride1Up has a plethora of bikes. So this is not your style. They have 8 different styles. that you can pick from, and you can find, if you could find a look or feel or a commuter bike that maybe fits your needs a little better. I will say, if you're watching this now, they do have Black Friday sales going on majority or all of their bikes, up to $600 off. So they do that once a year. So if you're interested in this bike or others, I'll put the link, like I said, in the comments. Feel free to go check out the different styles that they have. And yeah, it's been a real great joy to ride, good joy to check out, and hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, everybody.